This is your Daily Tiger number 2. Thank you to the people who left a comment on the first video yesterday. Had some great questions. Let me tell you quickly, my favorite quote from management science is, "It's better to do the right thing wrong than the wrong thing right." And somebody asked me, what role should a spreadsheet play in a business? A spreadsheet should have some kind of strategic impact. We've got to try to avoid vanity spreadsheets that look really fancy, got all the charts and pivot tables and everything. But what do they actually do? Do they play a role? Do they support the company's strategy? So we've got to think about that. What is the right thing to do? To do that, we've got to understand the company's strategy. That means doing a rich picture. Go to my rich picture video. It's going to get you thinking strategically about your business. Do the rich picture, list the possible applications of Excel. That's going to get you thinking strategically about spreadsheets. I'll see you tomorrow.
Hello from the Vale of Beaver here in the UK. I had a good question come in, which is from Chris, and he says, what do you know about selling spreadsheets? For example, selling a kind of subscription to a spreadsheet. And I've got to say, Chris, it's not something I've ever tried to do, and there's a few reasons for that, but the main reason is it's quite difficult to guarantee that an Excel file is going to work on somebody's system. You've got various compatibility issues you're dealing with, one of which is Windows versus Mac, another which is the version of Excel that people are using. Then you're going to have somebody who's going to try to open it in the web browser. So it's actually quite difficult to guarantee that an Excel file is going to work on somebody's system. Then secondly, how are you going to stop other people kind of copying the file, distributing the file yourself? For these reasons, I've never tried to sell spreadsheets. I've tried to sell helping people with spreadsheets. I've had some success with that. Let me know your questions. See you tomorrow.
Now, Gianluca has sent in a question this morning, and the question is, how do you get your first spreadsheet project? If you're interested in doing spreadsheet, Excel consultancy, how do you get your first project? An absolutely critical question. Well, Gianluca, I think the key concept here is credibility. Credibility. How do you demonstrate you're a credible individual? How do you demonstrate you've got the skills and the competence to get the job done? Now, if you're experienced, you can have a roster of clients and you can provide references to evidence that you have the credibility. But if you're just getting started, you're not going to have existing clients. So how are you going to do it? Well, you can see how I've done it on YouTube, giving lots of things away, demonstrating my credibility. How are you going to do it? It might be something online with social media. It might be doing something for free through an organization to demonstrate that credibility. Good luck. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll take you through this morning's filming setup because I think it's easier than you think, and more people I think should be trying to create their own videos. So let's have a look. Well, this is the view I get when I'm doing the videos. This is a piece of software called XSplit, and this software allows me to, well, see the Excel over here, which I have on my monitor, and then also to kind of live edit in, you can see in the top bottom right hand corner, live edit in a view from the webcam here. I've got a Logitech high definition webcam there, and this piece of software called XSplit does the magic, and that's what I'm going to be using today. And I hope you'll enjoy the video. It'll be out later on the YouTube channel. Let me know your questions. I'll talk to you soon.
People often ask me how to get better at Excel, and lots of people out there thinking that, no doubt. Now, the number one thing you have to realize is that Excel is a skill. So no matter how much you want there to be some kind of panacea, one thing you can learn that's going to make everything easier, unfortunately there isn't. It's just like a skill. So if you play a sport, if you play a musical instrument, I'm out walking my dog now, that's a skill in itself. It's something you have to practice, and you can only get better by doing it. So what I say to people is find some resources. If you like my stuff on YouTube, that's great. Find somebody else online, and then just make sure you practice and make it a regular thing. Can you do it every day? Can you do it every lunchtime during your lunch break? It's a skill. That's the only way to get better. And let's remember, what we do in Excel echoes in eternity.
Now, on Friday I did have what I call a bad coding session. So everything went wrong. I was completely misunderstanding the code, and I wasted probably 2 hours doing this coding. So
it's important to respond in the right way when this happens. I think first you've got to get the negative energy out. So do your swearing, your cursing, you Americans. I was telling myself I was rubbish. Do all those things you've got to do to get the negative energy out, and then get rid of the pressure. Give yourself time. I gave myself half an hour to go through the code, literally step through the code using the F8 key in the VBA editor. That's what I did. Once I got the negative energy out, my mind was clearer and I could understand the concept of the code. So with a bad coding session, you've got to try to salvage things so that you can move forward next time. Good luck.
This must be a record. It's about 7:30 on Monday morning, and already I've had an email dialogue about proper data management in Excel. Now, if you're trying to do any kind of data analysis in Excel, you have a data set, you want to know something about that data set, there's some guidelines to follow, and there's some critical mistakes that people always make. The critical mistake is people always fragment data across sheets. They think, I've got a big data set, I've got lots of columns, that means I should divide it across sheets. That's the critical mistake. Don't do that. If your data is fragmented across sheets, you can't access powerful data analysis tools in Excel, pivot tables, data analysis formulae. So keep your data on one sheet. 3 videos from my channel I recommend: how to manage data in Excel, your first pivot table, and Excel data analysis formulae for beginners. If you watch and kind of learn from those 2 videos, it's going to transform what you're doing with your data. Good luck.